All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, coming to the movies. Which movie I'm gonna watch? This is not any movies. So if you are here, it's because you are what we call cinephile, people who are interested with cinema. This is one of very controversial film for different reasons, but it's an important film. So before I do this, let me tell you about who I am for the people who don't know me. I've been doing this for about a little bit more than 12 years now, where the non-profit organization is based on bringing quality film to cinema and to other private places too, but really fighting for good cinema. As you can see, and I see this every week, I look at what's going on in the films, and I realize that it's really getting worse and worse. It's very rare to find a good film. And even the good films, foreign films here, are 1% of the market. They're not distributed well. So on Thursday, I talk about The Stranger, a film from François Ozon, was a French film. I mean, it's very rare to find really good film distributed, even in the city. So as we go and we have more of these very big blockbusters, the idea of having a good film, it could be from any time, because I was saying you can go to see a Picasso 20 times. Why not going back to film that were quality films? So all the series are built by myself, basically, where I look at what is the important director, how can I give you a good image of cinema? So the Japanese cinema, of course, we're talking about the big filmmaker, and it's what I've been trying to do. So for the next twice more, you have 2 more Japanese films. In September, because I slowed down during the summer to prepare for September, it will be, I don't know yet, but something about Eastern Europe cinema. And 2, I have another couple of places where I show films. And the film will be in May 17, I show Contempt of Jean-Luc Godard in a small space that I have in Riker Hill. So if you want me to give you or to send you email, you can write your email on the email list that there is there, and you get every month what's going on. So 17, I show Contempt. 21st, I show Separation, the Iranian film. And on the 31st, I show in Cranford, Elevator to the Gallows of Rimal. So all these films are great films, different films. They're not really part of the series, really, beside Cranford, who is doing a series of French film. So here we have one more film before the last one. We watch Kurosawa, Ozu, Mizoguchi is a big one, and now we're going to Oshima. So, 2 things about Oshima. Oshima, was born in the 1930s, so he comes from this era of highly intellectual people. So if you go online and you say, who is Oshima, they're going to say controversial film director, and he is, but with a lot of sexual content, it's true, and violent content, it's true, but he is an intellectual before anything. He defined himself as a Marxist. Politically, he is very, very on the left side and very revolutionary. It was the content that you are watching, you can see the content on the first level, and you can see the content on a different level. There are very revolutionary statements on how sexuality is used and how awareness is used. He was Marxist and he was a Freudian. So very strong in psychoanalysis and very strong in politics. So this film, I want to make it short because the movie theater told me that I have very little time to talk, so I will try to make it short. It's 1978. It's a 1978 film. He was awarded in Cannes the best director for his film, so it's not anyone, somebody who has a really great sense of film, and it has been produced by France. So it's a Japanese film that Japan will not produce because it was so controversial, by a man called Antoine Doma, who really produced both of the film. The Real on the Senses, with like the big scandalous movies just before, and this one is a little bit the following of it, and it's still really very difficult to be distributed. So when you watch this, we'll talk about the actors, the way he makes the film, what is his approach of the film. But before that, I have some very nice person here who is a professor in Seton Hall in Japanese history, and I think that it's extremely important to know what we're talking about. So the film is happening in the end of the 19th century, 1895, and he has a lot of folklore of the time, and 2, a ghost part. And you're going to hear a little bit about what is that and how is it included in the film. And after the film, which is not a long film, I mean, it's 100 minutes, I will talk about as much as I can from the director, from the actors, from the way how he shot the film, from what happened in the film, what is his expectation. He is known for the people who have been working with him as one of the great one. And for a lot of other people, he is known as somebody who is, very so controversial that he's very difficult to sell. And he was difficult to sell. But always great respected by the people who are making film and who are cinephiles. So thank you for coming, and I'll let you listen to Anne, who is going to tell you a little bit about that. And after the film, we'll go back and we'll try to do as much as I can through the process of the film and explain it the best I can. Thank you very much for coming.